Now Echo 2.0 knows a bot is going to come sailing through the air. There, oh my God, that was a body slam. Echo 2.0 spinning up. The bots are starting to move around. Echo's got to stay mobile, I think.
Well, now the problem for Echo is what do you focus on? Because there are 5 targets in the arena right now. And not all of them are anywhere near Echo, granted.
Echo's deciding on the smaller of the largest of the two.
Right. Do you just go for the one that's closest, or do you go after the biggest?
Now going after the big boy, and you can hear that grunting howl as Echo 2.0 is starting to bite into bots.
All right, so we've established that the big 120-pound not moving. Half of the robot's weight still there, though, so
that flipper might be wedged underneath.
It might be, but that's...
Only one more bot. I guess it would be the second largest one that just got an uppercut, sending it towards the wall.
There goes the 60-pound. That one's been knocked out, and that would be enough to consider it knocked out because now there's only 33 pounds of robot left moving in the arena. And the countdown has begun. So now it's just up to Echo to decide whether it wants to attack those weak opponents or not.
If I was Echo, I think I'd be wanting to create as much carnage as humanly possible. And that's it. That's a count out. Echo 2.0 very intelligently sticking both bots into the wall. That's definitely a win for the Robogames wall.
Absolutely. And very methodical, very good choices on Echo's part and what to focus on. It's tempting to just start slamming those tiny robots around, but the tiny robots aren't going to help you get that knockout. It'll help you for damage if it goes to a judge's decision, but if you want to knock out your opponent, you've got to take out the largest robots, and that's what Echo focused on.
A very smart strategy. I was concerned at first that they had a little... Oh, look at that hit as we look at the replay.
Yeah.
That was...
I don't think that was the wall. I think that was just...
that was a straight-up knockout,
Yeah, the 60-pounder was dead at that point.
All right, we give it 0.5
Facing the winner
wall.
of this fight. You're looking right now in the blue square at Echo 2.0 with that steel drum in the front of the robot with 1 1/4-inch teeth. The drum alone weighing 50 pounds and at top speed can get up to 9,000 RPM. Going up against... As you said, Steele, the reigning Robogames champion, not just from this year, but also last year as well. They took first place at Robogames 2016. Original Sin with the thicker, sturdier, solid piece of steel wedge. That's what he uses against his opponents that have spinning weapons. The spinning drum on Echo certainly qualifies as something dangerous enough to warrant the use of that wedge.
Now, besides Original Sin just being an incredibly strong bot, the driving of Original Sin is exquisite.
Gary Jin is unparalleled in the combat robot arena. He drives Original Sin. The design of Original Sin is perfect for getting under opponents. It is very difficult to out-wedge Original Sin. And when Gary gets under, he doesn't just get under you. He knows what to do with you once he gets under you.
And judging by the poll in the chat, it is being pushed upwards of 75% in favor of Original Sin.
I mean, Echo has to go after those tires. That's the only way he's going to be able to win. He's got to somehow outdrive Gary Jin to get to the sides of those tires to start tearing them off. And not just some of the tires, but he's got to go for all of the tires because Original Sin can lose tires and still win fights.
Which we've seen happen multiple times. So this is going to be a pressure cooker of a fight. The count has begun.
Fight. And Echo spinning up immediately.
And there is the skill of Gary knowing to move to the side, figuring that they're going to try and want to get an open shot real early. Original Sin taking Echo 2.0 into the wall again and again. The spinner is now stuck at the Robogames wall, fairly useless in that position, pointing away.
And there is Gary just manhandling Echo against the wall.
Gary shunting him over the walls, the Lexan walls of the Robogames arena, shaking with every slam that Gary does with Original Sin.
Shaking the doors that lead into the arena. He just drove that wedge straight into the drum, no fear. Stopped the drum for a moment.
And seemingly no damage whatsoever on that front wedge of Original Sin. Some small parts coming off. A blustering hit.
Yeah, maybe some scrapes, but that's it for the wedge. That's still perfectly intact as he tries to drive the drum into the wall. He wants to use that wall to stop the drum on Echo. A rare miss.
But you can see he's trying to manipulate. trying to manipulate the fight. We have smoke now coming out of Echo 2.0.
And I'm looking at the wedge on Original Sin. It's not flush with the floor anymore.
He did take a couple of hard hits, but that's not seeming to stop him whatsoever.
No, and it's not much off the floor. It's still close enough that he can get underneath that drum, but Echo spinning up loudly now.
Oh, and there's a flip. Original Sin is inverted, but still deadly.
Oh, yeah, that's nothing for Original Sin. It looks exactly the same upside down as it does right side up.
Oh, some rubber coming off the front tire of Original Sin as he's pinned Echo 2.0. Smoke coming out of Echo 2.0.
Might be from the drive, but Echo can still drive. No problems there as Gary now has Echo in front of him, so the Echo's driver can't see so well where his robot is.
That's something people don't take into consideration, too. The drivers are all on one side of the arena. It's really hard to see when they get over really far away from themselves.
But
try to get out of that corner.
Echo has escaped, still able to drive. I don't know what that smoke is because Echo's driving fine and the drum still works. We only have 30 seconds left. This fight has been so exciting. This has been flying by.
Now more smoke! More smoke pouring out of Echo 2.0 as he gets shoved into the wall.
Can Echo hold on for 20 more seconds? That's all that's left on the clock. It's not moving.
Seemingly stopped with 15 seconds to go. The wheels aren't spinning. The smoke is spewing.
Original Sin's going to wait. Will the countdown happen fast enough, or will we go to the end? There's only 6 seconds left on the clock. Will the referee count them out? It's out!
It's out with 2 seconds left. The last match that Original Sin was in, it lasted to the 1 second mark.
Original Sin taking it to the wire each time, and one of those tires on Original Sin is a little wobbly now, so it took some damage from Echo.
Some chunks of rubber were flying from the front right tire. Well, I guess that would be the front left tire
yes.
if it was sitting properly. Some chunks of rubber were coming out, but like you said before, you got to take out more than one in order to slow down Original Sin.
As Gary goes in, he has to flip his robot over to turn it off because that's where the access panel is.
From Team Echo. The drum spinner going up against Swamp Thing.
So Swamp Thing has lost that top row of teeth because when it last fought against Polar Vortex just bent those teeth completely out of position, so out of whack they could not fix them in time, so they just removed them from the robot entirely. They did some significant changes, some adaptations to the wedge, but they're ready to go again. Flamethrower still works.
The bot was pretty much intact. That's something that Rick was commenting to me, that there was no real damage to the bot. They knew they were going to lose those teeth. There were more there for show. And while those teeth might have been bent back, they showed that they could control the fight. And that's what Swamp Thing is so good at. That front plate of AR that is so thick, so strong. Those teeth in the front, too, are solid.
Yeah,
it's hard to bite through that.
And even though they had their teeth bent up, they still won that fight because they were able to endure all of the blows that Polar Vortex dished out and give it right back. But don't count out Echo, because Echo in the blue square, you see standing back there, sitting back there is Jerry Dean Book, who's actually controlling the robot with his chin.
So, looking at the Twitch chat, we've got 63% going towards the red square as the winner. We will see if the chat is correct, if the fans are behind Swamp Thing, or if Echo will make the big upset and take down the Beast.
Well, they're both going to be fighting for their lives because this is a fight in the losers bracket. Each of these teams has lost once, so one of these robots will be taken out of the tournament. The winner gets to go on to fight Sewer Snake.
The count has begun.
3, 2, 1, fight.
And Swamp Thing moving straight on. Does not like to back off. If they're in the arena, they're in the arena to fight. There we go, bullying straight in to Echo 2.0, whose spinner is now up to speed, but that's what Swamp Thing is built to take. It's built to take those full, straight-on hits.
And
from spinners like that. Some sparks, right-on sparks flying.
Echo is spinning so quickly, you can hear the noise that it's making right now. That's Echo's drum spinning so fast.
Swamp Thing is trying to get its flamethrower going, but there's seemingly no spark at the moment.
No, it's shooting just gas at the opponent, so they're attacking with a butane propane mix.
Maybe hoping one of these sparks will just land the right way and ignite that flame.
It's happened before.
The power, though, even though he's taking on those full frontal hits, he's not backing up. And there's the flame. The flames are on. Now Echo from the side is engulfed. All those flames being sucked into the side of the machine.
That was great work by Swamp Thing, pushing Echo on the side.
No.
But now
Swamp Thing seems to be stuck. No, able to pull himself out as the flames continue.
But Swamp Thing was able to get to the side of Echo and just push it gradually toward the wall, staying away from the drum. Great control by Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing dodging Echo. Tanking the damage. The flames are on yet again. Every time that incredibly fast spinner or drum, is flying around, it's sucking the flames in. And there's a punishing hit, sending Swamp Thing tumbling over itself.
Echo's drum spinning so fast it is actually blowing debris away from the arena floor.
And if you look there when that spinner is going, which might be a reason why they're having a hard time keeping the flame lit during the front, is it's sucking all of that fire inside. Flames on yet again.
Less than a minute now in this heavyweight fight.
Swamp Thing seeming to be able to push Echo around wherever it pleases.
But Echo not really taking much damage in this fight. It's still got the drum going very, very quickly.
At the same time as well, though, Swamp Thing's not taking much damage either. It's built to take these hits.
Swamp Thing having a little trouble driving. I'm not sure if that's damage or just the fact that he's trying to control a two-wheeled robot. Because two-wheeled robots are more difficult to drive, although Echo also a two-wheeler.
From some of it, it looks like he's trying to guess which way Echo's going to go and try and dodge around it, not give him a chance to bite into those wheels, because from the side and behind they're exposed as the fire is getting sucked back in and Echo's able to extinguish the flame.
Well, they need to make their move now because this fight is going to end in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time is up.
And this one goes to the judges. And a plate.
Not sure who that came off of, but it doesn't matter because it was after the buzzer. So that does not count. Whatever it was, doesn't matter.
So the judges are going to need to take their time here because, as we saw, Echo got that drum spinning constantly onto Swamp Thing, but Swamp Thing was able to not only hold its ground, push the bot around, and when those flames were able to get on to not be sucked out and completely extinguished, or it was only fuel, it still got fire onto the bot for a long time. That is doing internal damage, but both bots were seemingly operating as they did when they walked into the arena.
It's not just damage, of course. If damage is close, then aggression becomes the factor. Damage is worth more points, so each judge has those 6 points in damage to award. But if damage winds up being a 3-3 split, then aggression becomes more important because aggression has to be split one way or the other. It's 5 points for aggression, so a 3-2 split even that way.